Welcome, everyone. I'm Amy Seeley, president of Seeley Test Pros and LEAP, helping students to succeed in all kinds of tests from 8th grade to grad school throughout Ohio.
And I'm Mike Bergen, president of Chariot Learning, helping students with Test School and Life based out of Rochester, New York.
Between the two of us today, we have over 60 years of experience at the highest levels of the test preparation and supplemental education industries.
We both love to talk and learn about the latest issues in education, testing, and admissions. So let's get down to tests and the rest. The awesome sponsor we want to spotlight today is MentoMind. Let's meet our special guests, Amit Jain and Jeremy Bryant. We're thrilled to be speaking with you. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having us here.
We appreciate it.
We are really excited to talk about MentoMind. Before we do, we'd love to hear a bit about your backgrounds.
Yeah, I did my computer science and engineering degree back in 2002, and that passion of computer science took me to actually teaching computer science in a college for some time. And then I moved on to various corporate leadership roles, building products and technology, until when the COVID happened.
And then a pivot came.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll get it. Yes, and I like that you're leaving us in suspense a little bit. Now, many of us in the test prep space already know you, Amit. We see you at our conferences. You are a friend wherever we gather. Jeremy, I don't think we've met before.
Yeah, I was at the NTPA conference in Philly, but yeah, we did meet briefly. But I'm a former classroom teacher, taught middle school and high school for several years. Taught AP history, but I started and finished my career as a teacher in special education. And then after leaving the classroom, I spent about 10 years as a regional director with a couple of the larger national tutoring companies. And then came on board with MentoMind after I'd spent about 5 years working in education technology. So I worked in ed tech in the space of securing partnerships with school districts across the U.S.
Very cool.
So, gentlemen, can you tell us a little bit more? What's the story behind MentoMind?
Yeah, so when COVID started, a few of us friends were just sitting thinking about how the world was ending, and maybe we could have done something more impactful in our lives. And that's where we decided that, if we survive this, we would start an education company. So in a very stereotypical way, some tech guys, building some technology first, not thinking about the problem. So we built an AI chatbot to assist students in their queries. And at that time, it was really cutting edge. This was before ChatGPT came out. And so luckily, we found a test prep company in India who wanted to try out our new chatbot. And they decided to pay us to build a lot more of that. And last I checked, recently, more than 100,000 students actually use that platform in a white label solution. So that gave us a really good experience, help us financially, to sustain our company. But we always wanted to do something here in the States. The founding team lives here. And we came to the NTPA conference in Atlanta, and then there was the whole buzz around digital SAT. And I remembering Mike asking you, what's the need of a new digital SAT platform? There is Blue Book app and there are other things. And I remember you said, hey, 4 tests are not enough. And the test reports are not that great. And so that gave birth to MentoMind. And we were lucky enough to find some amazing early adopters and partners at the NTPA, and we were practically incubated by the NTPA association. So here we are, with MentoMind, with digital SAT, full suite of capabilities, and then now with the ACT going digital, a lot of things of ACT.
That's really exciting. And I love to think about, how we met years ago. And I think that longtime listeners will remember you were on the podcast years ago talking about how tutors can use AI. That was episode 539. You've been on this beat, as it were, for a long time, really paying attention. And a lot's changed since you were first on the show and talking about AI. I mean, the tools have changed dramatically. How do you fold all of the advances into MentoMind to help educators work with students and get better outcomes?
Yeah, so I mean, it's like from day one, we have been just focused giving more power and to tutors and giving back more time to them, somehow optimize the logistical, the infrastructure part of it, the marketing side of things, hopefully. So we are able to do that. In that process, we are able to free them up so that they can do more teaching, they can scale their tutoring practice and business, and hopefully be able to reach more students to provide that personalized education. Specifically for the student outcomes, I know Jeremy has a lot of things, to talk about. So Jeremy, over to you. What do you want to say here?
Yeah, as far as, looking into student outcomes and what we're trying to do with the platform itself, I believe that, we want to center it truly on a freemium aspect. We want students to have and teachers to have free content that they can start out with, whether that be 1,000 practice questions, a full-length test, learning materials, vocabulary flashcards, the AI chatbot, which kind of leads into the AI discussion there, Mike, that we have built in. But giving that free diagnostic test to a student, as you know, in your business, that's huge. That brings people into your circle. You're able to communicate directly with the student, give a better understanding of, where they are at that time and what areas need to be concentrated on. So in reality, by offering in that and making it streamlined with MentoMind, which we do auto scoring, we can send push notifications to parents automatically. We're taking out that aspect. I remember in my day when I was running tutoring centers, I'm there hand grading and going through the test and trying to figure all this out.
Which is the
about
worst.
Jeremy, right?
Which is the worst.
Absolutely. And then you're like, okay, I can't meet with you until I get this done, but I've also got about 6 other meetings in between that.
You feel our pain.
Yeah, and you're trying to make that as streamlined as possible because you want to meet the needs of that person you just met, but you've got about 10 other things that are going on that are going to stop that from happening. So with MentoMind, it's auto scored, it's generated, that score report is automatically sent over to the parent and the student, and that generates the conversation, and then you can go straight from there.
That's powerful. Can an educator that has a student use that diagnostic test also receive the report?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
That's amazing. I mean, that's something that we know, Amy. We hear our colleagues all the time. I need more tests. I need a diagnostic.
Absolutely.
I have a group. So powerful. What about that chatbot you were talking about?
Yeah, so I'll let Amit go into that a little bit more as far as the chatbot itself.
Yeah, so the chatbot is there to assist students. When their tutor is not around, it's Sunday night and they are stuck on a problem, and the chatbot is there to just help them, like give them hints and tell them the step 1 of the 4, 5 steps. And it's not the idea is not about telling the answer to the student, but helping them get to the answer by just giving them some of those strategies. And the good thing is all this interaction with the chatbot is visible to the tutor. So next day when the tutor logs in and they see what the student had been talking to the chatbot, and what got solved, and maybe there are some things which are still to follow up with the student. So it's more like an extension of that tutor for that student. So we have been developing, getting feedback from tutors, from students, and continue to evolve that into a really good assistant tool.
I love that because I know a lot of times, Mike, right, working with students, obviously what matters what we do in the session, but so much happens outside of the session. So to be able to kind of even be able to witness what that academic struggle might have been when you weren't with the student can be very useful in terms of how you would guide the instruction, when you are actually with the student, which I think is great.
Absolutely.
So as far as MentoMind, kind of obviously when in this world now that we all exist in tutoring, working with students everywhere, it almost feels like anymore we're not limited by anything for the most part. But how does MentoMind help educators attract students to their businesses or their practices?
Yeah, so as I said earlier, we're kind of a freemium platform in that respect, so people are drawn in by that free aspect of a diagnostic test, and there is free content built into the platform as well. So any student can come on board and sign up for an account, and you don't have to assign a full license to a student. So this creates a huge pipeline of prospects, people coming in, students coming in for you to engage with. And when they sign up for that diagnostic, you automatically are getting the information about the parent, the student, emails, phone numbers, because I always know that's a hard thing to always make sure that you're getting every specific piece of information that you need in order to really actually interact with that student or that parent. And that's automatically put into the system and fed right into your admin dashboard on MentoMind. So you have this admin dashboard with all your current students plus all your new prospective students that are coming on board too. So that way you have a constant stream of new students that are coming on board with you at a free level. And then if you decide to engage them to do more, then we can talk about adding an extended license with MentoMind and also engaging with your services too. And beyond that, we can talk later about that prospect of being able to use our platform to package everything together on the platform where you actually can set up your own parameters to, set up your own packages for each student who wants to come on board with your services.
That's powerful. Who's currently using MentoMind?
So yeah, so I mean, we have students who directly come on our platform and use it in more like a self-paced setup. But majority of our users are tutoring companies and test prep, professionals who use it as a resource. That's how we started, like using it's more like a practice resource, for students. But what we realized over time, as we saw how the tutors were using it, there are a lot of tutors who were just using it to create communities of free students, right? So as we have seen even outside education, and obviously you guys know the best, like having a engaged community can unlock opportunities for future, right? So what the tutors are doing is they're using our platform for more like engaging the students, attracting them, giving them question of the day, and problem set for the week, those kind of things. And even though somebody is not ready for a full tutoring package, maybe that's not the right time. Maybe those students are and parents are like early, they are sophomore or freshman in high school, but keeping them engaged, give that ability for the tutors to have this audience which is engaged, looking at their data, how they're using the platform, and then at the right time with the right data inside, they can go and offer their tutoring services to this. So instead of just thinking about, okay, how do I get my students for my next SAD boot camp, we already have the audience that's engaged, and you just have to reach out to them and see if this is the right time for them to go for your full services. So we increasingly see those users who have like a good YouTube audience or have some kind of engagement on social media use our platform to attract those students on.
That's like the next level. It's a free offer
Exactly.
that then brings you in. You're offering value. They're excited, and it's another step. I can completely see what you're talking about.
So they often say the future is coming, but the future is now. So I'm wondering, for me at least as an educator, how is MentoMind helping educators transition into this like AI future?
Yeah, so I have worked with AI and machine learning, and throughout my career in one form or the other. But obviously, when ChatGPT came, it made it cool, right? It brought this technology to every household. And so what we have been thinking about and very thoughtful of using AI into our platform is to like really solve problems, not really just using it for the sake of it. We don't want to just say AI powered in everything that we are doing, but we are looking at those opportunities where efficiency can be gained for a tutor, or maybe like an AI chatbot we talked earlier about assisting students. But if you think about more and more giving more data insights to tutors about how the students are doing, their performance information, their usage, all that, bringing that up for the tutors to really make those intelligent decisions is where we are heading, at this time. And so we built this AI chatbot, also for the students when they're using it in a self-paced mode. You use AI to figure out the next best question for the student to solve to make maximum progress, and all that. One big thing that we did recently was helping tutors create more practice content. So obviously, in MentoMind we have thousands of practice questions that we package, all professionally created. But still, if we are looking for tutors to engage their audience, they need that unlimited set of practice questions, and more engaging and more fun. And if it's Christmas around the corner, then more Christmas theme kind of questions, things like that. And so tutors are able to generate questions based on topic, subtopic. They're able to upload their own questions via PDF, and our AI is able to extract those questions and make them digital questions. So providing more resources to tutors, that has been I would say the biggest success, so far what we have been doing in AI. But in future, I would say, and when I say future, what is happening in next 4 or 5 months, right? We are talking about AI doing more heavy lifting, where we are developing AI agents that can help tutors create new course, right? For example, they want to start like an 8th grade math, and what is the starting point? So they will just go into this tool and automatically create the course and set up the learning the lesson plans, and And if there are PDFs that are scattered around in multiple Google Drives, consolidate them into make more like a digital platform. So some of those things are really coming, down the line very soon. And I'm at the end of the day, AI will be the enabler for the educators to quickly start or scale their existing businesses, and let them just focus on what they love to do the most, which is the actual tutoring.
Beautiful. All right, last question. What is something someone's interested in knowing more about MentoMind, or what is something that we haven't covered that people should know about MentoMind?
Yeah, just a little bit, kind of piggybacking off a little bit what Amit had just said. We of course are a comprehensive SAT ACT prep platform. That's bottom line. We are that, of course, but we're building out aspects of our platform that are going to allow partners to not just create their own courses, but to really make MentoMind like their one-stop shop for their educational platform.
So do you mean more like subject tutors, or
Absolutely.
maybe people that are working with the high school admissions test?
Yes, absolutely. All those things and above. We're wanting it to be a comprehensive academic platform that any tutoring company, independent tutor, whoever it may be, even school districts who can use it as a way to access all their tools in one spot, as opposed to I buy this product and I buy this product and I buy this and buy the third and the fourth, and I'm trying to figure out which one's which. But now we can have it all located in one spot, and having it all based around the same kind of general platform that we already have, which is great, but further expanding it out into subject areas. And ultimately, Amy, and like what we have done at MentoMind, I think this is the one thing that sets us apart. And this is my braggadocious moment here. Mm-hmm. I think that what sets us apart is that we've truly listened to our partners. We hear it all the time. It's always, I asked for this and you did it.
Yeah.
Like your development team actually listened to what we wanted and you were able to implement that. And my business is now this much better, or my students are learning this much better because you were able to add this tool. And because we do that, we're very flexible. We have a lot of ways to make your life a lot easier. So ultimately, in the end, we're looking at this and saying, we want to make sure that we're a comprehensive platform, not just for SAT or ACT, but we want to be your one-stop shop.
That is fantastic. Amit, Jeremy, we'd love to speak with you all day about MentoMind. I have a lot of questions that I'll ask afterwards.
Right, exactly.
But for people who don't have that privilege, if someone wants to learn more about MentoMind, how can they do that?
Yeah, for me, you can reach out to me directly at Jeremy, that's JEREMY.Bryant, BRYANT, at MentoMind.com. MentoMind is MENTOMIND. And you can check us out at MentoMind.com or MentoMind.ai. From there, you can actually create your own trial account. You can sign up as a student or as a teacher or / tutoring company. Create your own trial account, engage in the trial. I guarantee you, once you engage them, we'll find out they're using it, and I'm gonna probably contact you and talk to you about what you're doing, just to get a better idea. And we can offer a full free demo, of the platform too, and talk to you, and maybe even an extended trial. And Amit can be reached at
Amit.Jain at MentoMind.com.
AMIT.JAIN at MentoMind.com.
Thank you, Mike.
Awesome. We hope you enjoyed this discussion as much as we did. Be sure to join us for another fascinating topic and guest on the next Tests and the Rest.
Did you enjoy this episode as much as we did? Find expanded links and more for this and all of our episodes at our show page at testsandtherest.com. While you're there, be sure to explore everything the larger TestBright site has to offer, including real, expert, unbiased answers to the toughest admissions testing questions. Of course, we'd love for you to rate, review, and subscribe to Tests and the Rest on your favorite podcast platform. If there's a topic or guest you'd like us to feature, just let us know and spread the word.